Hello everybody and welcome back to Workers and Resources. Yes, I'm starting again. I'm really sorry, but I've had some major technical problems with my computer over the last week or so, and everything I recorded over the last week has got really bad sound problems. The microphone keeps cutting out, the video keeps freezing. So I've lost about 4 episodes of Workers and Resources and a Transport Fever episode, which I'm really gutted about. I spent the last few days trying to get my computer sorted out and figured out what was wrong with it. I've had to go back to a restore point, and I've removed some programs that I wasn't using and updated drivers and run virus checks and malware checks and all that kind of stuff. And it seems to be working again, but yeah, I've lost loads of video, which I'm really annoyed. I'm really gutted about. We're going to go with a populated map. This is quite new. I could have gone back and re-recorded the end of the last series, but unfortunately I couldn't carry on. I could only get about another 4 episodes out of it before the frame rate got so bad. I built too much in one area and had too many people. That was what the problem was. So this time I'm going to spread out a lot more. This here gives you roughly just under 2,000 people. I'm deliberating whether to start on 2 or 4. I'm starting on hard money. Well, reasonable reactions. I'm not ready for hard on that yet, because otherwise everyone will just leave. I'm not doing frequent building fires. I don't want to end up having to have fire stations on every corner. Starting 1960 again. I'm really in 2 minds about this. I don't know if 2,000 people's enough, because I'm going to have to start. It's not going to take me long before I fill a town up with 2,000 people. Or even a couple of little towns. I think I'll go with 4. Well, it's less than 4, but... Are we all set up? Right, hard money, yes. Anything else is normal. Okay. Let's go hard. Hard mode. I'm really going to have to get control of the financial situation early on in this game. And I'm going to start in an awkward place as well. Not right in the middle of the map. I'm not that brave. I was going to say a different word then, but that would be insulting to other people. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not that brave to start in the middle of the map. We've got some new features as well. We've got a mini-map. Yay! Tells you where the coal and the iron and everything is. The only thing with a mini-map is... what I would consider to be north is south on the map. So that is what I've always considered to be the northern border. According to this, it's the southern border, and what I consider to be the eastern border is now the western border. Where are we? Over here. So those are the Soviet borders, this side and this side. Now that doesn't make sense to me, because having NATO up here, north and east of your republic, and the Soviet south and west of your republic, would situate you somewhere in northeastern Russia, just on the edge of northeastern Russia, and there's no land connection on that side to the NATO side. The nearest bit of land would be, there's a couple of little small islands off the very far westerly coast of Canada that are uninhabited and, you know, I should imagine freezing cold. Yeah, so this, having the map this way round, to me doesn't make complete sense. Now then, this corner here, which I would consider to be sort of southeast, to me, if you've got the Soviets on the north and the east, that would situate you somewhere in Eastern Europe, because you've got NATO to the west and to the south, so you know, you could be sort of anywhere around Georgia or sort of Slovakia area. Just make more sense. I don't know if it's just been a mistake in the way that they've set it up. Anyway, this corner down here, I'm not going to go and build right on the border, as a lot of people tend to do. One way of getting started, especially on hard money, is to go and build an industry right next to a border town and then just start exporting. To me, that wouldn't... I don't like starting on the border. I have done it before and it just, I don't know, it just seems unnatural to have a big town with a big industry right next to the border. These small countries wouldn't have things built right next to the borders. You know, most of the stuff would be in the middle. So I'm not brave enough to go into the middle, because otherwise I will definitely go bust. I won't be able to get any exports out. But I quite like this corner. Being as I haven't played here before, and I don't think I've seen anybody else play down this end. I usually go up in that corner there, or somewhere along this border. And the reason I think a lot of it is to do as well is the Soviet border on this side has only got 2 towns on it, and one is right the way up there, and that's the big one. So starting down here with a very small border customs office yard, it has got a train track, it's got 1 street connection and 1 electrical point, which means sending a lot of trucks down there is going to be not a good idea. The NATO one's quite a big one, but most of the vehicles you can't buy for dollars. Yeah, so resources wise there's not a lot down here either. There's a lot of iron. All these mountains around here have all got iron in them. Absolutely tons of iron. I have to come a bit further up here to get a decent coal source, which is around here, and oil is, there's a little bit of oil behind me here, so I'm going to start over here, but like I said, we're going to expand up this way, so we're coming up to oil, coal and iron, so steel mills and a power plant round. Well, the steel mill's going to go around here. I think the power plant's going to go down here because there's a bit of coal here. Coal mine, there's a little bit there. So I'll definitely get 1 coal mine on there, possibly 2, depending on the quality. And I'll just have that feeding into a power plant and maybe a brick factory. Oh wait, tooltip. Can I get rid of that by clicking on a road or something? Anything go away? Yeah, so maybe a brick factory up there. To start with though, we're going to need something to export almost straight away, and the best thing I can think of really is going to be food, clothing and alcohol, because that cuts out 3 major expenses, and the clothing will give us a decent income, topped up a bit with the alcohol. Now I have had a little practice, and something I've been practicing with is the farms, and I've come to a sort of conclusion that a farm with 6 large fields will support a small industry, including some exports. It's not going to make you mega rich. You're not going to earn loads and loads of money off it. But as I've said before, the purpose of playing this game to me is not to have the most money in the bank account. That is not my goal. My goal is to have a self-sufficient and healthy, not just economy, but society as well. Now then, farms are going to go down here. Construction industry is going to go here. The reason being is so that it can come down here, get all these farms built, get a road built out and a bridge built out over there. It'll cover this whole area, but having it here then will mean once I've got this area done, I can then start moving up here and have them building up here without having to move my construction industry at all, till we get pretty much this whole area covered. Getting this whole area covered is going to be a lot of work. It's going to take me ages. Yeah, so just getting these farms in is probably going to be a few episodes. To start with though, what I need is the construction crew and the clothing industry. I was just looking at where the farms are going there, because I'm thinking I want to get 3 lots of farms in here, so I need 18 large fields in that area. And not only do I need 18 large fields, I also need the industries and housing and various other things. I'm going to have to do some levelling. Try not to do too much. All of this down here looks alright. We can put fields on these. These are a little bit hilly, but your farms will build on some not too steep slopes. I'm thinking there are areas here that are flat enough to have the farm, so maybe just sort of get some in and then go and level a bit of land out in between or around them, just to make sure I've got enough. I don't want to be going levelling any mountains though, for obvious reasons. Now then, I think I really am in two minds of where to start here because of the money situation. Hard money means I've got 1,000,000 rubles and $500,000, and I'm going to burn through that in no time. That's going to last maybe 2 episodes. So by the end of the second episode, I need to have a decent income, which means I really need to have money coming in by the end of this episode. It means getting stuff set up immediately, and I don't want to have to pay for everything to be built. I need my construction crew up and running as soon as possible, and then they can get on with some jobs, and that'll save me quite a lot of money. It means I'll be able to build more for the money that I've got than I can actually at the moment, but I won't be able to go forward and build 2 or 3 construction yards in one go though, because of the price of the vehicles. We do need a construction office to start with though. I'm going to build everything out of dollars till I run out of dollars. That's why I'll get started with them. I'm going to go here because it's relatively flat, which means I can get a few buildings around here without too much messing about. Start with one of them, please, so I can get my levelers. Right, so we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bulldozers, and I'm going to go with... I was in two minds of buying 4, but you know what, I'm going to need them on the construction sites anyway, because as soon as I set the construction crew off, these are going to be a part of it. I'm going to just turn that off for now, but yeah, when I start the construction crews building, because that's going to save me buying any more excavators or bulldozers, so I won't be building stuff while I'm using them. I mean, I won't be planning stuff while I'm using them. Right, let's get that turned off and let's get this leveled out a bit. A bit of room to play with, because we're going to need a gas station and some other stuff around here as well. Give me a bit of road. So I'm going to get rid of some of this road. Maybe to about there. I'm going to put a couple of quarries over this side, so I'm thinking actually I was to level out like this way, keep all this area on the flat then, because we're going to need a cement plant, we're going to need an asphalt plant, we're going to need a storage yard, a warehouse, we're going to need gravel processing and quarries. I'm going to need to bus some people up here as well, because we're not going to have people living on this construction area. So what I'll do is I'll just stick a couple of microbuses running into town and bringing people up, because I think the town sort of main town's probably going to be around about here. It's not going to be a million miles away. Like I was thinking, one farm there with maybe clothing, one farm here maybe alcohol, one farm here maybe food, and then have the town here, and probably get it to 2,500 population. We've got nearly 3,600. So if I can get that up to about sort of 2,000, that should service those industries and my construction yards as well. Touch wood. Let's have a look at a quarry here. It's quite nice. A lot of green on that. I don't want to raise it too much off the ground. Auto build, let's get the wireframe on. I'm going to bring them quarries, that rock down a little bit. I think I'm only going to have 2 quarries on here just for the save the money. I know it's I think I'm going to build like 20. How many of them? Less than 22. Just rammed it full of stone. It was totally overkill and it was totally unnecessary. It was completely inefficient. So I do need quite a bit of gravel, but you never need it all at once. So there's no point me having all them quarries. I reckon I can survive on 2, you know, quite comfortably, just to feed. Obviously, I'm not going to be feeding a cement plant or anything from here. Right there is perfect. Nice bit of green on that. This one's overlapping a little bit too much. Right, so that one's going to produce quite a bit, but this one seems to be the most productive over that bit, really. Oh, about there, I think. If we get them in line and be decent greenish areas. A bit more up that way. Actually, I'm going to take it back that way a little bit. Right, I didn't auto build them. Them built. I'm sticking with gravel road. Actually, let's put the gravel processing plant in. I've reset this back to how it should be. So it's got 3 outputs, no inputs on it. Just because that's what the developer intended it to be. You wouldn't have. What he's saying basically is the size of the rocks that the trucks are bringing in are going to be too big for a conveyor belt. So, fair enough. There are ways of altering things with this game, but it is kind of like cheating, really. Right, so I'm just thinking this needs to be outputted into a storage facility, but I also need to get pedestrians into here as well, and I'm going to need to get a road past. Right, I'm just going to do this in planning mode just until I get the configuration laid out properly. Oh, come on, you can come out of there nicely cornered, nicely. That way then. The awkward thing. Look at the state of that. Why can't he just do me? It won't do it at all. Let's bring that straight out and then we can just connect up onto that then. Yeah, that'll do. Right, I'm gonna get them built from dollars. So now I need a conveyor to come out. I'm gonna have to build an engine transfer here so I can get the road past. Just double check I can get that road under there. Look like it. It needs a bit more room. Let's get it squeezed up to the side of this. See if that's giving it enough room now. Doesn't look like it, does it though? Oh, there we go, yeah. Right, okay. Cool. Got an angle there. Right, that was a little bit awkward. I'm going to get that booked in because I don't need that right now. Right, let's bring that road down there. Now then, I need to come out from this conveyor. And what we need is a concrete plant and an asphalt plant, and it needs to be within walking distance of these. Now before I do that, wait, I need a aggregate storage first. I made a mistake with these once before. I forgot to build the aggregate storage and I added it in as an offshoot, and what happened was it wasn't sending any gravel to the cement or the concrete plant whilst it was wanting, whilst the aggregate storage wasn't full. It was only when the aggregate storage actually got completely full that it would send it. So it was slowing, sorry, I was just having a quick swig of coffee there. It was slowing the building process down quite considerably. Right, so what I'm thinking actually is if I have this over here, because this has got a raised connector on it, I'm just wondering whether I can get a road under it and then actually send it back over the other side of the road to this side, where I can have the cement and the concrete plant somewhere nearby a bus stop. I'm just wondering whether I'm going to need to put in another. I don't really want to have to put in another engine transfer if I can help it. Right, I want this back off the road as well, because I don't want it to be too much of a queue. It's not a good idea. Quite a large one. I don't really want a large one, I don't need it. This holds like 300 and odd tons. Either that or I just build it here and then move my construction yard. That might be more sensible. Come a little bit further down, at least I know I can get the conveyor in. Try about there. I don't think I'm gonna. Definitely not gonna get a street under that. Right, let's cancel that. Try to demolish a building with a cancel conveyor button. It's going to have to be another engine transfer. How much are these? Oh, they're only 6,000, right, that's not too bad. I was thinking they were like 20 or something. Right, I do believe 5 tiles is enough to get a road past. I may be wrong. No, I'm right, yeah. 5 tiles, the road will go directly down the middle. Right, they need connecting up anyway. That's not exactly straight, but I'm not bothered. Oh, you're not going to let me have a... Just need a bit of dirt road out of here, that'll do like that. There we go. I'll get that bought. Aggregate storage. Right, yeah, so if I put like an aggregate storage here and then have me gravel and bitumen coming off the others, yeah, my aggregate storage won't fill up. The aggregate storage will fill up only. Sorry, until that gets full. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Right, there's one output on this. I can use an engine transfer to split it. What I have to be mindful of is where the road is going. Oh, no, this is not in a good place. Let's demolish that. Aggregate, small aggregate storage, right, I need it down here somewhere. Don't really want it too close to the main road, but I should be able to connect it up from here, I reckon. Try about there. That gives me a bit of queuing area at the front as well. There's going to be a lot of dumpers coming in here. And that should allow me to get back over the other side of the road. Question is, where do I want this going? I think I could do with getting these, get the cement plant planned in, concrete, the asphalt, concrete plant and asphalt plant. I always get confused with these. Right, so bearing in mind I've got to get people in here. That's quite good. That's quite handy actually. Getting a bus stop in and asphalt. Road connection is going to be on that side. Now there's no pedestrian connection to the asphalt plant, so I was thinking if I was to put this here I might be able to get a pipe in there later on. The oil's going to come up from up that direction anyway. I'll get a bit of road. Come on, what are you clipping on? Won't let me have that bit. Get them roads bought. Right, so I've got a footpath connection there, I've got a footpath connection here. Well, I've got a road connection here. A bus stop in here would be handy now. And where's the... That was the asphalt plant I just built, so the concrete plant could go down here. I don't want to put a bus stop on that road. Bus stops is something I have. I'll show you in a second. In fact, I'll show you right now. We've got bus stops, yes! and traffic can go through them, which is excellent. So rather than having a big bus platform, you can just have a little bus stop instead, which is 2 stops either side of a road and space for traffic to go through, which is excellent. The only thing is, I don't want the asphalt trucks going through the bus stop. I was wondering whether that's going to let me connect up onto there. Just get rid of that end bit. Oh come on, I need a connection on there, that's ridiculous. Try to wind me up, game. Get them roads booked in, because then what I can do is I can whiz the road round that way. Just going to be mindful of where I put these conveyors now. I'm going to need one that side. Just thinking whether I put it up here and then try and get the road around the outside possibly. How about there? I am actually surprised. Oh, what do you mean no? Come on. Too close. A bit further away then. Just come at a little bit of an angle just to make it easier. Right, that will. That will. That won't. Nope. No. Okay, let's bulldoze this and do it again, because I don't like it being all wonky either. Right, I think that was on that line there. I don't want to... Let's get this one in first, because then that can be the barometer of which line to go along. I think... Try about there. It did again. Oh, that should definitely be enough room to get a road out under there now. If I could just get a corner on that bit, it'd be nice. Oh yeah, like that. Perfect planning. How much of that have we built? Right, let's have a look. I need to get these roads done. that doing. Get that done. Let's get some paths in here as well. No, I'm not purchasing resources. What are you doing? I was trying to purchase the resources for that then. Say bye-bye to the dollars. Right, so now we've got gravel, concrete and asphalt. Just need some footpaths in here. Just give me a nice little bit. There we go. One on there for them. There we go. So these bus stops, the buses will come in, pull over and start picking people up, and while they're pulled over, other traffic can go through the middle of them, which is excellent. Just wondering where this is going. I don't think I actually need that. What I do need up here though is a gas station. Set that down to the minimum. Let's get a couple of excavators on here. I need a couple of trucks. Right, so we've got gravel, asphalt and concrete. That can actually stay there. That's quite neat. That I quite like that. We'll get another one on the other side. Won't be able to get it directly opposite, but there's the closest. I definitely need one more yard. I'm going to need more, but just to start off with, I'm only going to be able to fill one more. Right. Yeah, so any trucks coming in for gravel shouldn't get interfered with and shouldn't be blocking access to the buses. Already spent half the dollars and I haven't even got any people yet. Right, so we need take a deep breath and carry on. I need an open storage. In fact, I'm going to get a couple more construction yards, but I'm not going to build them. I'm just going to lay them in for planned. Another one there. Every time I start leveling, my eyes immediately go up to the prize box. Right, so they're just booked in. They're not going to. I've got them suspended. I mean, so that should future-proof a little bit. I also need a road depot. I need some storage. So let's get the storage in first. Thinking of putting it this way. Maybe if I was to put the warehouse in first. the warehouse in there. On the road. Then small open storage. Put that way around. And now a vehicle depot can go. Oh yeah. Right, let's get that built. And dollars are going. 40 minutes in and we're nearly out of dollars. Might as well get them built as well. Save my construction crews try to come back and build them. Right, so this needs... I know I've got no power up here yet either. That needs those. This needs... components. Right, so construction crew is almost set up. I'm just in two minds of having another gas station over here somewhere. It would be nice to put it in there, but that is likely to cause a major traffic jam. If all of these decide to come out and fill up at once. That has happened to me before on a few occasions. I'll put it opposite this because we're never gonna have that many vehicles coming out of here in one go. Put it there. I'll go and sort that road out later. Right, so is that everything? That from these obviously. Can't get workers yet. So gravel from there. What? Green road connection doesn't exist. It's right there. Was it this? Right, there we go. A little bit of road missing. Tiniest bit of road because sometimes mess you right up. Right, let's get all these assigned. Also, I need to go and auto buy the resources because on my test, well, I did actually start recording it, but I ran out of money. I forgot to buy in bitumen and cement. I wonder why nothing was getting built. Right, so I need 2 dumpers. I'm going to go with these ones just because they'll fill up and empty a little bit quicker than the 12 tonners and they're a bit cheaper. It does mean them using a little bit more fuel because they're going to be making more frequent trips, but it means they should get back and forward a bit quicker. And I'm going to set wait till unloaded so that if everything's full then they just stop working rather than driving back and forward with stuff. On that last map I had trucks full of stone just constantly driving back and forward. Right, wait till loaded, wait till unloaded. I didn't need to set that to stone. I don't know why. It's just habit with me. I like to set things so that they're done properly. Should probably buy this. It's only dollars. so they're on the way. I'm not going to get gravel up here until I've got some workers though. Well, the construction facility is looking quite good, quite neat. Everything's all compacted into one area. I'm pretty sure that's not going to cause any problems with queuing or anything now. I do need to go and set that to workers. I think we'll just have one bus to start with. Now then, I'm in two minds about that as well. Yeah, I think one. Right, we need a covered hull. I'm just going to go with one of these. I'm just going to have to wait for the components. I'm going to use these dumpers because they carry 12 ton. I'm going to go with 3 dumpers. I want a couple of open hulls. So go with these really. Then they could carry. I could move a couple of excavators in here. The thing with that means moving excavators back and forward all the time. They will actually save me money in the long run on fuel anyway. I'm going to go with 2 of them. I'm going to go with road cranes as opposed to tower cranes. I need 2 mixers. Right. I'm in 2 minds getting 1 more dumper. That should be a good start. 4 dumpers, a small covered hull, 2 big open hulls, 2 mixers, 2 cranes and a bus. Now, I know I don't have pavers and rollers and things, but the only thing I will need them for at the moment anyway is a roller for the factory connections, but they'll get done anyway. Just a roller speeds it up a little bit more, but for the amount I'm going to use it, it's not really worth it at the moment. Not until I start tarmacking the roads later on. When I start upgrading the roads, then I'll use the pavers and rollers. But for now, I don't need them. You're just open hulls. I've got an awful feeling I've missed some. I've got excavators on the other one. Tower cranes are expensive, and you need a open hull truck to deliver them anyway, so I'll just use the roll cranes. Right, so construction city is ready. Now I need to go make this setup of a town. Whoa! That was only a couple of $1,000. Not as bad as the major mistake I made, which was to build 6 blocks of flats and then forget to turn the pig in invite the immigrants button off, which I'm going to go and do right now. Do not pay for bloody immigrants. It's the reason why I didn't get past the end of episode 2. I spent $230,000. No, 230,000 rubles on immigrants, and it left me just short of being able to make money. I was making a little bit of money, but it just meant the progress was so slow. It's taking me ages just to get buildings done, and I was like, no, because I got into like 1962, and I was having to build like 1 block of flats at a time, very, very slowly, and then keep pausing them when I was getting low on money again, and quite a painful building like that, which is what I'm hoping to avoid. Now then, in order to make this a lot quicker, what I'm going to do I'm going to go through, show you a little trick for the smoothing, speed things up a bit. I'm going to decrease the circle to make it a bit quicker. I'm going to put a level through here. In fact, I don't want the town this close up anyway. Yeah, I'll show you. Let me just show you this quickly. I'm not going to build here. This is how I smooth out a big area at once. What I'll do is I'll take a line around, all the way around, and then I'll get a road. Press the left mouse button. Now, if you press the right mouse button, it will start leveling the land for you, and just move it gradually. But you need to keep hold of it. Don't let go. If you go along like that, you can level out hills and all sorts of things quite easily. I don't want that. I didn't really give myself enough room to show you that properly, but it does. It just makes leveling everything out just a hell of a lot easier. Right, I'm going to go and level out. I'm going to get a road out of here. I'm going to level out an area here, ready for planning. I'll be back in a second. Right, I've gone quite a far away here, but I just wanted to give you a bit of a better example of this. Now this bit here is quite easy to level out because it's not too difficult, but when you come to like this, it's going to take you ages to sit there and level that out. You can't go straight across like this, it won't work. You can, well, maybe it's allowed me to do it there. You usually have to come to an edge. It's allowed me to do it there because this is a little bit low, but what I usually do is start at one edge like this. Now if you keep hold of both mouse buttons and you just gradually move around, sometimes you have to slow down a little bit, just allow for them to catch up. If it goes red, just move it back a little bit, but don't let go of the mouse button. If you let go of the mouse button, you've got to reset the road again, because it won't do it at all if you go onto a red bit. So just work your way around with it, and then getting over the stubborn bit. Now when you finish, let go of your right mouse button first and then let go of your left mouse button. It doesn't lay the road. Right, so we want to get rid of this stubborn bit of hill here. Go from here. Just work it round like that. I'm going to do a tutorial on this anyway. So sometimes when it goes green, it's still got a little bit of leveling to do as well, so sometimes you might just want to give it a little bit of time. See how quick that is compared to the other thing. Right, so let go of the right mouse button and still place it when you didn't mean to. Right, so that's a good chunk of land laid out there. Just checking on time. How we're doing? I've got 8 minutes to build a town. If I'm going to stick to the hour, we'll just start getting laid out and we'll get it built on the next episode, I think. Now, are you built on the wireframe? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. Right, so I need a road coming. I did actually want a road going straight out that way. In which case I'm going to have to do a bit more of this. Well, there is another way of coming through a hill, and that's doing it like this. Keep going bit by bit. And eventually you'll get a canyon. But it sort of takes it up, it raises it up first on a slope and then starts lowering it back down again as you come down the other side. The only thing with this is you end up with a really deep canyon at times. I'll show you in a second. But you can move it from side to side to eliminate the canyon. Before I build that, so if you do that through a mountain, you'll end up with great big slopes on either side, and it doesn't look very good, unless you want that look. I'm just going to get rid of this bit for now. Get rid of some of this as well. Last bit now. And sometimes it leaves a little bit, the odd little lumpy bit here and there, but them are really quick to go and clean up then. Right. $17,000. Right, that's the road going out to town. We're going to have town around this sort of area. Yeah, probably here. And then I've got room for farm, industry. We'll get buses going out to the 3 industries, and the construction crew will come and pick his own workers up. The only thing is providing enough workers for, well, 4 industries, because we're going to need a fabric manufacturer and a clothing. We're going to need a distillery, and we're going to need a food producer. We're also going to need a road and a bridge, and we need a logging camp. How many? It doesn't tell you unless you actually build it. Let's just do a quick price check, please, on aisle 3. Something like 60 odd tons of boards. I thought it'd be more than that. How much are boards at the moment? 12 rubles a ton, so it's something like 700 rubles for that bridge. In boards anyway, I know we need concrete and stuff. What we're buying in the bitumen, which is cheaper than buying in the concrete, so we'll do that. Get that planned out on the next episode. Right, I'm gonna end it here because we're just about on the hour mark, just coming up in a few minutes. I think that's a good planned start there. I know we don't have electricity. I'll get electricity on the next episode because I'm not sure. I don't just want to go and ram it in just for the sake of it. I'm not sure where I'm going to put me transformers yet. I wish these roads would stop blinking on and off when you're zooming in and out. You can't see where you've planned stuff. Right, I'm gonna end it there. Yep. So we have a constructor town. Well, it's not a town really. It's an industrial area for construction. I'm fairly certain that'll work. I don't see any problems there really. There's not going to be any queue in here because I've only got 2 open trucks and 1 covered truck. Gravel's going to come in from there. That could be a bit of an issue a bit later on when I get another couple of yards up and I've got a lot more dumpers, but that could be easily remedied by putting in taking this road out and then taking it, or even severing that section there is a possibility, and then the trucks have to go around and queue up there. But we'll have a look. We'll see. That should be all right, and we'll get the town built, and we'll get an industry on the go on the next episode, and then get the game up and running. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Apologies again for the last season coming to an abrupt end, but I could have gone and re-recorded them, but I'd have only had the same problem with the frame rate issue anyway, so we'd have only got another 3 or 4 episodes either way. And a lot of it was just me sort of messing about and rearranging stuff and try to get to grips with everything that was happening, and yeah, it all became a bit of a logistical nightmare. And starting afresh, I can plan things out quite a lot better this time, so we're definitely spreading out a lot more. I'm not having everything rammed into one area. We're just going to have, like I said, clothing, alcohol, food is going to come from here. They're going to be the main three. We've got gravel and all the stuff related to here, so once I've got these done, that's probably going to take me a couple of episodes anyway. Once these are done and I've got money coming in, then we'll go up, build a mine up here, build another town up here, and have a power plant somewhere over here, up on the hill somewhere, out of the way, so that pollution won't be an issue. We'll need a pollution station, but I'm going to have it further down here. I don't need it up here really. I know there's going to be pollution here, but nobody's going to be living here, so... Right, I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Alright, thanks everybody, I'll see you really soon. Bye.